Okay, well, here I am again in this position where render is running. It's apparently either not connecting up my methods correctly, my functions, to read its messages as a separate process or understand when it's finished. I'm assuming it doesn't, but in this render message function, all it does is write what stdout should be. So I'm not sure if it's even calling this. I will just write a message. Render message called, and I will just try this, I guess. Render hasn't been changed, I don't think, since the last time. It's using appdir and render. Okay. This is where that's... I'll remove this for now. I have been digging around through the source code and I just can't find more details about what exactly is happening when a process runs. Okay, let me see. I want my task manager open because if I'm quick enough to get a glimpse, I want to see if anything else appears even, really. And I want... no, this open. This is okay. I just didn't see... oh. Something happened, right enough. No calls were made to that. This got rendered fine, I guess. The render log worked. But no, the render message was never called. Well, I suppose I have an alternative plan. Sort of. I mean, which is to check out file stream myself, or check out log fs, or the render, forget what it's even called, render log, and look for the line render complete. This is not really ideal by any means. I can't think, like, I don't know enough about the process. I've been hunting around to see if there's any other stdout type command. I'm just sure print is it. Print is what sent it to the console. Now, a thing which I don't really know about is the app. The app class. I'm importing Mojo to rrender because I know that I use the canvas class. When I'm doing a normal render, I use Mojo commands. But by importing Mojo, I'm pretty much opening up app use type of app. So I think it's sort of I don't know how to put it. It makes it into an app type app, so to speak. And an app is, well, it's a bit, I'm not quite sure how to describe it because I'm not exactly sure, but if you open a Monkey program which is an app, then it is an executable, as this is, because it's got module. App has terminate. What is the modal mode? Well, anyway, reset pulled input update Windows. I wonder if I should do that with my mouse wheel for zooming. Reset pulled input. I will remember that. See, I'm looking through all this. I'm getting confused, and I'm thinking this is not really going to. Modal view is child of. I'm going to have to look at views. Man. Well, well. What is modal? I've just come on. This video is a mess. I've basically come on here. Another aspect of using Monkey is that it is basically not in development now, so modal, yeah. Modal. A fabric. Modal state. Right. In user interface designed for computer applications, a modal window, a graphical control element subordinate to an application's main window. Right, okay. Okay, right. So that's not a thing I have to worry about. But this I think I do want. Like, can I, in our render, is it of any use to me to app terminate? Or here at the end, app terminate. Just accept that I am. Like, it's not throwing up an error there, but then it's not even checking it probably. I'm going to build this, and I'm going to see if in some way it actually lets me know. So again, this will build to here. Render not found. Fine. And once again, I will get rid of these three. And copy this in. And I suppose I'll see if it's got getting a termination signal. Main is what I want to build now. And well, it's what I'm already saying. Finished and nullified, okay. Let's see what you got. Okay. Go for it. Now look, there it is. Our render. Terminated. With no message. It ended and it didn't tell me. I am gutted. But did it? No, it just didn't. It didn't terminate, so render process did not get nullified. I won't be able to run it again because it thinks it's still running. My code thinks it's still running. Yep, nothing. Okay. So for whatever reason, so well that did happen. It opened as a subordinate. It ran, it closed. It's subordinate, I don't know what the term is. But okay, so go away then. My next issue. My next issue. Is how am I going to deal with the render log? In a way, this was an upcoming issue anyway. And funnily enough, I made a prediction in about part 30 that at around about part 65 I'd be addressing the issue of dealing with processes and the output from FFmpeg, which is related to this, because I have a feeling that the way I'm going to have to deal with the output from FFmpeg is the same as the way I'm going to have to deal with our render. And actually the issue is exactly the same. Well, yeah, it starts. But then it never stops. As far as this is concerned, as far as my code is concerned. So I have to have another way of stopping it. And the way that is that I also open a file stream to that file, and I wait for the line, yeah, like I say, I wait for the line render complete. That just seems crazy. Okay. What is this going to involve? I'm going to rem these out because... No, I won't just yet. I won't just yet. It's going to involve output anim and output image. I am having to accept that these are just meaningless, or I am using them incorrectly. We have one last little look at process. I mean, that is what these are, isn't it? Function pointers invoked when process has finished executing. They are fields, they are voids, They're not like methods to be overridden. This is, yeah, an external. They are just like external commands. So I think I probably am I don't know though. Like I can do this. Not error, but out. And terminate. This is what I'm going to do. It's going to be clunky. And I'm going to have to figure it out. But inside recursor, once I've decided that it's going to work, oh man, me oh my. I'm going to have to stick another flipping function in here, and that function is going to be beginrender, and into it will be passed file name. And yeah, if fn equals return. And it's going to, yeah, say it's just going to do this bit, which is a little bit more complete here. Basically exactly the same. And this will be replaced. Beginrender. And it doesn't need that because this will be passed in. It does need fn here. This it doesn't need. Because it can be set here. It's just exactly the same. Everything up to there is actually beginrender. And from then on, it is going to be in a state. It's going to be in a state where this is not what has to happen. It has to offer you the option of cancelling the current render. And I really hope that render process.terminate bloody works. I'm just humming and hawing about this. It's been nearly 20 minutes already and I just don't know. But anyway, no, it's obvious that I won't know. This is so idiotic. And this actually just needs a true or a false. Begin render, single flag, and that is what happens. Except confirm anim name. Yeah, it can be called from these. Comma, single flag bool equals true. Project render single feel sick. That's the reason I can't do it, because of this idiotic confirm override. Oh, Jesus. This is kind of where lambdas come in, isn't it? Because I have to pass like something that just receives a file name for the confirm override. God almighty. Is there anything else I can do here? There literally isn't. Unless I just stick a lambda in there. Can I do that? Okay, well, let me just have a really quick look here. I think I can. Declare a lambda function. This return type and parameters. Declarations must appear within an expression. It's not starting a new line. Lambda print. Okay, to pass a lambda to a function, you just stick lambda. Bracket open, bracket close, print my lambda. End. Okay. Okay, thank you for adding all that in. See this, like, what actually is getting passed in here? Because the function that gets passed to confirm override does receive a single value, which is file name. Can I pass a value into a file name? Yeah, into a lambda, I would sort of assume so. And so what I actually want to do is call beginrender f comma true. For real? Lambda. Oh, I forget. Of course, you're very, very helpful, I know. And f string beginrender f false. Well, you know, that sort of baffles me. I don't actually like the spacing of it, and I wonder if I can just do this. Can I? No. Oh, boo. Not even one of those? I don't bet it can't. That's for just, I think I can just separate sort of. Well, okay. I'm going to use it anyway because it is sensible, I guess. Is that going to work? I just don't know. I just do not know. Anyway, back to this. The point of that is this is not what should happen. It shouldn't say if render process return. It should offer you the option of offer the option of overwriting cancelling the current render or cancelling the new render request. So it's not if render process return. There will be a return part to it. Man, all this is really slow thinking for me probably because I should be using stuff like lambdas more. Probably because what I now need to think about is GUI. I have this confirm box. It extends gadget. It doesn't do much else, strangely. It just will carry out a function if it's confirmed. Which is just maddening. That is like, it's like putting me a function layer deeper when I don't want to go a function layer deeper. And the file requesters are another example, and they are better handled by the system file requesters. And I'm kind of, it's just a bit of ignorance of mine about how actually what I want is if confirm box equals OK, proceed else. And this is, I'm sure, I dare say this is sort of connected to the fact that I'm writing this thing like a bloody 90s computer game locked to the frame rate, in other words. What's a better way I can structure this? I mean, I suppose I will. I suppose that what I will just stick another little bit in here. This is in the wrong order anyway. And the bit will be something like function confirm render void, which amazingly will take this and single flag, because basically I'm imagining it just passing this information on. Like, this just is clunky, and I'm sure that the lambda things are the solution to it. And the way I will make it work for now is if render process And if there's no render process, I just go for it with fn single flag. And what I'm really calling here is confirm render. And if there is a render process, then I'm doing the thing I'm doing above here, which is new confirm box cancel present cancel current render cancel current render starting a new render. Then lambda now this just is a function, but in this case that function is to call begin render with fn and single flag. Do I trust that? Do I think that that's something that's correct? No. Will I do it anyway? Yes. Oh, this is making my head hurt. But this is the way it has to be, so if actually it does some other things as well. It has to say it's like, this is pretty horrible, isn't it? Lambda lets me take it to the next line. I wish there is a way to actually I don't know if there is. Yeah. Okay. Render process terminate render process equals null. I'm going to go with that. I am going to go with it. Oh, my head. I'm sorry. I apologize to myself for whenever I look at this back at being so indecisive and doubtful about exactly what on earth it is I'm doing here. Partly because I'm now just using these new things that I'm pretty uncertain of. Partly because I'm about to do something which is opening a file stream to a file which another program also has open access to and is writing to. I'm going to try and do it periodically so that as long as render process is a thing which is active, and I might have to, yeah, as long as it is. Now like what I'm really imagining is I want, seeing as the rendering is sort of often another process, it would be better if you could continue to use the editor while that was running. But I do need to periodically check, because I'm not getting stdout updates automatically. I need to periodically check this oh god, what am I saying? That renderlog. Just as I will have to do the same inside the render executable for the ffmpeg logs when I figure out how to get them. So, just before I finish, I want to brace myself, remove this, because that is, and this is, and this is. I mean, okay, stop mucking about. So now I need another thing. Display things, it's not a display thing. It's, I really want to get rid of these horrible little brutes. Project. It's not really that, so it's more to do with this. And what is it really? It is global. Ah, me. I have state, waiting state, state file, file types, pick types, normal state, waiting state. Come away from here and come down here. Render process is that, and renderlog file stream is nothing, is null. But not when beginrender is called. Renderlog equals file stream open app directory plus renderlog.txt. Okay, I'm beginning to see that this needs some more steps. Begin render, and I will have to have also function end render void, and what happens here is, yeah, if not render process return, and I say render process terminate render process equals null. There's another bit which I was just going to think about there. Yeah, it is. If render log and this is to read while I'm here. First off, I have to say if get file type app_dir plus like, where should I store this string? Because it's an important thing. It should be in recursor classes, you know that? Const renderlog name string equals renderlog.txt. And inside our render, fs is I think that's what I called it, renderlog name, and here it is also renderlog name, and here if that equals file type file, else render process terminate. I could just say end render, but I won't. Render process equals null debugger write fail to open a render log. Okay. I do need a better way of giving just a output, some way of something like a messaging system just in the GUI. Now here I really just want to say end render. The E and the B don't match up. Not that I'm obsessive, but hey. Okay. Oh, I'm just struggling through this. I'm going to call it a day for just now. Not a day, but a video. And I will find a way to periodically check the renderlog name as long as render process has a value, and just be sure to end the render. Yeah. When I read that the last line of renderlog is written. Oh man. Anyway, that is for next time.